We're currently using the Cogiscan MES program to control the entire shop floor. It allows us to go to a paperless tracking system, a paperless traveler. It also allows us to bring up matrices on how machines are doing, how employees are doing. It also allows us to communicate to the employees where product is, and actually really even to our customer through online portals. Sure, this is what we call flight status. The customer's web version of that is called customer flight status. What it allows us to see is where product is in the shop floor. It also will show you in each process center what is ready for you to work with. It doesn't mean that the product is here, but it means in the previous product that our previous process center that it's ready for them to mess with. What you're seeing here is this is each job that is in Flying Probe Test. Actually, Flying Probe Test, Cheryl, our supervisor, this was kind of his brainchild, his wish to have something where he could see product that was ready that he could start debugging on the testers. Debugging is the longest portion of Flying Probe Test, so if he could go down and find when something was done, he would go get it, bring it down, and start doing the debug at this point. This is actually a touchscreen monitor that allows me to dig in and see what the route is and where it is. So for example, I come up here and I tap on one, it's going to load up. This is the route, this is our traveler, and it tells us how many boards are in each of the processes, and this is all powered through the Cogiscan system. Our customers can see the same thing as they log on. That product is currently in its final phase of beta testing that we're releasing to a much larger pool of customers, but so far it's been really well received. They can get things like inventory reports, quality reports, what's shipped, and then where their boards currently are. Another feature of this is I can bring up the current contact list, both internal and external, for a particular customer's product. And so if I'm out here on the floor and I need to talk to a customer, I don't have to go digging around looking for their price or their contacts. And then, of course, we can run our quality reports, and this is for the company as a whole, and it shows our employees where we stand and what our goals are. So you want to be able to communicate what you want to accomplish for a given period. Yeah, I mean, we're a 13485 shop and an AS9100 shop, so you need to have good traceability. Most shops will turn around and say, hey, I give traceability down to the work order, and that is where we're certified to, but reality is I can give traceability down to the panel. And so if a customer has a recall they need to do based on a bad component, which has happened, then we can actually give them what serial number of boards that they need to recall to contain and control that issue. So it works out really well. The other area that helps us with is if we have a product as we're starting the next round or the next revision, I can do DFA reports real easily and know what we had issues with, what went well, and it's through a simple Excel spreadsheet that the front-end engineering looks at. It gives us the ability to go back to the customer and talk about it, or it gives us the ability to make adjustments in the processes to overcome, as opposed to doing what I call brute force manufacturing, that you just deal with it as it comes. We can try to be proactive. It's a 2D barcode on all our product. We use a panel barcode and then we use a circuit barcode. It runs off the panel, well, it has a relation of one to many until you break them out of the panel, and then it has a one-to-one relationship. We do have RFID on our Juki machines that Cogiscan uses, and Cogiscan uses that to verify the machine is set up properly, and it also verifies what parts were put on what boards. Also, the other thing that Cogiscan does very well is dealing with moisture-sensitive devices. It knows that when you've loaded a part onto the machine, therefore it knows when you've opened it, and it starts a timer. It'll actually shut down our machines if a part runs beyond its moisture-sensitive capability. And that's not just over one run, that's a cumulative effect. The first thing we do is we have a 13485 shop in the Philippines, but and they're very good. They do work order level traceability just as we do. So they're certified to that, and that's what they actually do. What we do here is we actually still run the Cogiscan system on stuff that they run, but we will buy the components and put it towards the work order as well, and we'll run the work order level traceability in parallel with them. So it's done twice for verification that it's done properly. We find that to be a more cost-effective conservative approach. We also find it to be a belt and suspenders approach to traceability. The approach that we have is that we don't want our customers to see a product differently that was built over there versus here. Of course, we're open to telling them where it was built. Customers here a lot of times like to come see their product and run the lines, so we allow that too, of course.